wasn't even playing for it. True fucking solo battle. Step into the ring.
Final Fantasy 7.3 stage, by the way.
cake.
Game. Alco wins.
Had enough already?
Ready?
so for his ass. I'm gonna let him keep on doing that. I know the right percentage to go get his ass up, go get his stop. Here, watch this. Shit. Oh my. I fucking hate the home button on this. I swear to God. I mean, yeah, it's the home button. He is sweating. bitch ass motherfucker.
Pyro
Did our best.
Nice one, Pyro.
Fuck you. Bitch, that's why you're gonna lose your next match.
Solo battle. Hump.
Crazy how many times we got like this.
Three, two, one, go. Solo battle. Falco. into the ring. Three, two, one, go!
But there's going to be a nice spot.
Let's get to work on a life you love.
And to me, when I read stuff like this, it reveals that
a lot of people's problems, especially when you get into the higher income side of things like this, isn't that they don't make enough money to live in these major metros. They make more than enough. They're just not good at managing the money, and they make a lot of foolish choices that makes it feel like it's hard to survive. That's also why you can still see people today in 2026 that live solely off of Social Security retirement income, which sounds impossible, but if you have two people making close to the maximum, that could be close to $50,000 a year in Social Security payments, and if you live in an affordable part of the country and your expenses are low, that's still manageable. It can be done. And I guess the reason this irritates me so much is because so many other people are having such a hard time right now, and people like this guy are having a fake hard time. You know, they are having a hard time by choice. He could give himself a lot more breathing room when it comes to his finances, but just chooses not to. But meanwhile, a lot of other people don't have that choice because they just aren't making the money, guys. I came across another story today talking about how America has entered the perma-recession. It's not an actual recession, but a permanent feeling that people have about the economy that we are in a recession. And I think people have had this feeling for at least the past 4 years once inflation started spiking. So it doesn't really matter what the official government status on whether or not we're in a recession actually is. To me, it only matters what people actually feel like is going on. University of Michigan consumer sentiment hit its lowest level since they started keeping track back in 1952. How many bad things have happened in our economy since then? Quite a few, but yet people feel worse than any other time since then. One of the biggest problems is with how big the disconnect is between how people actually feel and what all the official economic data actually says. One of the biggest pain points for most people right now is the cost of housing. Regardless of whether or not you are a renter or an owner, everybody's feeling this right now. Millions of people have had to delay major milestones in life like marriage, home ownership, having kids, starting businesses, changing careers, because housing has become so unaffordable. Either it's making it so that you can't save the extra money to do some of these things when you need that extra cash, like starting a business or moving, or, you know, you actually do have a pretty decent job and it's too risky to leave it in this current job environment. I don't blame anybody for hanging on to a good job under these circumstances. But a lot of people are also stuck living in apartments that they hate with landlords that they hate, and they never really wanted to live in these places, but it's all they can afford, and that's depressing. Essential services for everything has become unaffordable. Things like childcare, healthcare, elderly care, college education have all increased much faster than the official inflation numbers, and even if wages have gone up, it just hasn't been enough, guys. And the most recent inflation and wage data actually proves that, because for the first time in a few years, the wages actually are not keeping up with the official inflation data. And that's a huge problem because the official inflation data is cooked to the max, meaning that it is heavily manipulated to reflect a much lower reality of inflation than what everyday people actually experience. So that means that inflation is wildly outpacing people's earnings right now, and that cannot last for very much longer. And this has led to a tremendous amount of inequality in wealth. The top 10% of earners now reportedly make about as much money as the bottom 90% combined, and the richest 1% hold more wealth than the entire middle class. And this leads a lot of people to thinking that the system is rigged, and you would be right to think that way, because once you actually have money, life gets a whole lot easier. It becomes easier to make money, becomes easier to earn more with your investments and get ahead even faster, gives you more choices and upward mobility, as long as you're not foolish with the money like the guy in the beginning of the story. And money itself can actually make you live quite a bit longer. A recent statistic came out that says if you are rich and you are a man, you can live about 15 years longer than a poor man. Another thing that's really been hurting people's psychological well-being is that we were told when inflation became a big problem that it was going to be transitory. It was just going to be a temporary thing that we all have to deal with because of all of the COVID stimulus that happened. But that turned out to be the biggest lie ever because things have been going nowhere but up since they started going up, and it's now kind of running out of control and going far beyond what people are earning. Everybody thought that prices were going to kind of normalize and settle down, when in reality, it just keeps going up. Like, I'm even in shock, guys. Like, every time I go to buy something that I bought before, it is more expensive. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's just household products, whether it's just contact lenses. That's another good one. I wear contact lenses. I had to buy a refill recently. Check this out. Just ordering contacts in December of last year, I paid $88.07 for.
We're looking for adults 45 and under to be in our HPV vaccination ad. Sound like you?
Not me. In a relationship.
If you're sexually active and unvaccinated, it could still be you.
I'm too old.
If you're under 45, you're not.
2 boxes, okay? And now I just paid $97.46.
Like once Shii University came to everything up. It made the numbers feel unreal. Like back then, niggas having 7,000, bro. When you had 7,000 like a year ago, bro, that's like equivalent to a nigga having 60,000 right now.
You gonna do that in front of 20,000 people? Hey, La Maria, fuck you.
And the language that you're using in front of a 13-year-old, I don't appreciate either.
This is a public space. I'm gonna let you know that right now, man. This is like the most Karen argument ever. I cannot. What the hell? 1, 2.
About a year ago, Kai Cenat was at the center of what many people call one of the biggest streamer events in recent memory. He brought together a group of random content creators and some of his friends on a college campus to kick off what he called Streamer University. There was plenty of chaos around it, but for a lot of creators, it seemed to turn into one of the most positive moments the streaming space has seen in a while. Of course, something this unusual was always going to draw criticism, and some viewers questioned whether it would really work. But what people may not have fully expected was just how much Streamer University would end up influencing the streaming world and the streamers who took part in it. It goes a long way for the channel, and it helps build a bigger community along the way. Now back to the video. When Kai Cenat announced Streamer University, a lot of people saw it as a major turning point for newer streamers trying to break into the space. Some people seem to think that if they got into an event like this, it would be the finish line instead of a strong starting point. And that is where the conversation around Kai Cenat's impact in streaming started to get a little uneven. It led to a pretty loose grading scale for what he could actually do for people in the streaming space. A year later, though, online discussions are looking back at Streamer University and calling it a clear success, and honestly, I do not think that is a fair way to frame it. One tweet I saw even asked whether there was any truly notable creator to come out of the event, and maybe that person just missed the bigger picture, because there have been some very real wins from Streamer University. For example, Yana was technically featured on Drake's album, and it is hard not to see that as a meaningful success. Then there is someone like Extra Emily, who also seemed to benefit directly since people noticed her. The Weeknd's producer reportedly noticed her through Streamer University as well.
And The Weeknd knows who you are. I promise on my life, he knows who you are.
He does?
You know why I know? Because he was at my studio last year. He was recording something. And he was watching SU, and he was like, oh, I like her perspective of SU and how she was walking around with a self-stick all alone by herself.
And someone like Tota could arguably be seen as the biggest streamer to come out of Streamer University, not only gaining thousands upon thousands of viewers after starting from a much smaller audience, but also getting the chance to join the streamer group, the Cloverboard. DDG moved from niche internet recognition into a much more mainstream lane. Blasian Baby Lola shifted into a more corporate setting, while Baptiste and Archie all built real audiences through Streamer University as well. A lot of people seem to benefit from the chance to come together, make content with each other, connect with like-minded creators, and then be introduced to a much wider audience. Now, I do think the streamers I just mentioned handled Streamer University the right way, and they seem to make the most of what followed. But there were also some, at least in the way people discussed it online, downsides to Streamer University. And the aftermath ended up reshaping parts of the streaming industry in a major way. And that is exactly where the conversation started to get more complicated. Because once people began comparing the wins to the criticism, the focus shifted away from the event itself and more toward what it actually changed behind the scenes. Some viewers saw it as proof that a big platform moment can open doors in a real way, while others argued that the results were being overstated online. What made the reaction matter was not just the numbers or the attention, but the way people started rethinking how creator opportunities are judged in the first place. Instead of treating Streamer University like a one-time spectacle, online discussion began framing it as something ripple effect, both positive and questionable. And once that kind of debate takes hold, every outcome gets picked apart a little more closely. That is part of why the aftermath kept getting so much attention, because people were not just talking about who benefited, they were also debating what all of it meant for the wider streaming space.
Streaming is dying out. You know what I'm saying? Streaming. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Streaming is like, it just became so oversaturated, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, me personally, from a creator standpoint, I feel like once streaming university came, everything up. It made the numbers feel unreal. Like back then, niggas having 7,000, bro. When you had 7,000 like a year ago, bro, that's like equivalent to a nigga having 60,000 right now.
Now I think a little more context needs to be added here. First and foremost, during Streamer University, someone like DDG was pulling in around 200,000 live viewers, while everyone else was sitting somewhere around 15K to 30K. So when somebody was getting 500 to 1,000 viewers, it almost started to feel like that number was not as impressive anymore. I do think the goalposts shifted a bit, and that changed how people were judging success. But more importantly, after Streamer University, I saw a lot of people suddenly want to jump into streaming. It is also worth noting that Jay Cinco was part of Streamer University and clearly found a way to benefit from it. He has basically pointed out that a lot of people showed up to the same wave he got in on early, and that is really how these moments go. People see something take off in the space, then everyone rushes in trying to do the same thing. And honestly, a lot of those attempts are half-baked. If you go back and look at the people who bought phones after Streamer University, some of your favorite creators who tried streaming, and even the people who tweeted that they wanted to get into streaming right after Streamer University, a lot of them are not doing it anymore. Many of them have already stopped. A lot of them have fallen off pretty hard, and honestly, many of those people probably saw streaming as a chance to lift themselves out of financial pressure without fully understanding how demanding the job really is. They may have assumed it was something fun, easy to monetize, and simple to keep up with, but streaming is real work. It takes planning, consistency, and a strategy if you want it to turn into a long-term career. Instead of building it the right way, some creators seem to try the shortcut and lean into that over-the-top attention-chasing approach. And that is where a lot of the online frustration started to make a little more sense. Because when people see a wave like that, they often assume the path is simple, but the reality usually looks very different once the hype fades. The spotlight can make it seem like anyone can step in and build a career fast.
Anyone who want it can come get it. That includes you too.
Nobody's about you.
You didn't know?
Yet the day-to-day grind is what separates a temporary trend from something lasting. So when viewers began comparing the early excitement to what happened afterward, the conversation naturally shifted. Some people argued that the event created unrealistic expectations, while others pointed out that it also raised questions about who was actually ready to put in the work. That contrast is what kept the discussion alive, because it was never just about who got attention. It was about what happened when that attention had to be turned into something sustainable.
Got clothes? I got some money for you. I'm famous. You can't do me like that. Can't make me a taco? Damn, nigga. I can't get a chicken taco? Just make me a taco. I give you $100. You don't want $100? Wow, that's crazy. That's fucked up, man. You gonna do that in front of 20,000 people? Hey, La Maria, fuck you.
I'm not gonna lie, chicken taco does sound pretty good right now. I ain't gonna hold you. On the surface, this clip comes off as funny, but the issue people kept pointing to was the attitude behind it. It came across, at least in the way viewers described it, as seeming to say, I'm famous, so you should stay open for me, so you should make me some kind of chicken taco. And that is where the conversation got bigger, because a personality like that can end up overshadowing the content that someone is actually trying to be known for. People are usually going to remember the arrogance and the sense of entitlement before anything else, according to online reactions. A platform like StreamU may have given Samaya more recognition, but recognition only matters if it can be turned into a real audience. That is why some viewers link this moment from Samaya back to the earlier criticism about academics.
We know you for literally fucking a rapper. That's why we know you.
Don't ever try to do that, bitch. I want to streaming you and all that. I don't give a fuck. Don't downplay shit I got going on.
Congratulations to you.
The criticism was not simply that these people were not famous yet. It was that some viewers felt they were acting as if the platform had already turned them into stars before they had actually built anything. In online discussions, that became the bigger issue. Arguably, the most frustrating part about Streamer University was that it may have left some streamers and content creators with the mindset that they were already important enough to skip the hard part, which is building a real audience. And when attention does not turn into lasting support, some creators do not respond by putting in the work to grow a community. Instead, they keep chasing the kinds of moments that get clipped, shared, and talked about. That is where the conversation starts to shift into a Nina Lynn situation. And that shift is exactly why people kept talking about it. Once the focus moves away from the event itself and onto the personalities coming out, every small moment starts getting magnified online. What might have looked like a quick joke or a casual clip begins turning into a bigger debate about image, attitude, and whether some creators were getting ahead of themselves. That is why the reaction around Nina Lynn started carrying so much weight. In online discussions, it was not just about one offhand moment, It became part of a wider conversation about how some people were being perceived after Streamer University. Supporters may have seen it as harmless, but critics read it as another example of the same problem. The idea that attention was being treated like proof of status before any real foundation had been built. And once that kind of narrative takes hold, it tends to follow a creator everywhere.
And the language that you're using in front of a 13-year-old, I don't appreciate either.
This is a public space. I'm gonna let you know that right now, man. This is like the most fair argument. I cannot. What the hell? 1, 2.
You start. Do not be recording.
I'm just
It's just me. It's just me. Listen, we got no one else in there. 1, 2. Fuck. Bitch. Shit.
Now follow me here. For what it's worth, Nina Lynn and Samaya are not really the same example at all. Samaya seems to represent a sense of entitlement after the attention, while Nina Lynn comes off more like someone chasing attention once the spotlight starts to fade. When you show up at an event like Streamer University and you are surrounded by all these other streamers, the numbers can look a lot bigger than they really are. They can appear inflated. So when people head back home after something like that, it makes sense that they might try to chase that same high again as the numbers start dropping. But instead of, say, building out different collaborations with other creators, some of them seem to go straight for the fast track. They tried whatever they thought would get people looking again. The problem is getting people to look is not the same as getting people to care. Drama can spark a viral moment, sure, but that does not automatically mean someone has a loyal audience. If anything, online discussions suggest it can have the opposite effect. It can end up creating a loyal audience that is basically waiting to see you stumble. After that, the controversy starts to become a brand, and that is the trap right there. Streamer U gave Nina Lynn a real chance to carve out a lane, but according to online discussions, the lane she ended up being remembered for was mostly tied to controversy. But not every miss looks loud or messy. Sometimes people do not crash in the moment, they just let the opportunity slip right past them. India Love feels like a different kind of missed chance. She already had name recognition going into the event, so her issue was not really exposure. I have known India Love since around 2014, back in the Tumblr days. Her problem seemed more about conversion. If you look at this screenshot, India Love had strong viewership coming out of Streamer University, but it faded fast and it faded hard. One reason people pointed to is that she may not have had a clear identity or standout trait that would keep viewers coming back to her streams. And content, most of the time she seemed to align herself with a male streamer in the space, most notably DDG. And people online have been pointing to that as a big part of how her most talked about post-Streamer University moment played out. And that is where the conversation really starts to get more interesting. What might have looked like a normal link-up or a casual online moment can suddenly turn into a bigger story about image clout and whether the attention is actually holding up on its own. That is why the reaction around India Love kept getting so much attention online. Some viewers seem to think the issue was not just the numbers dropping, but what those numbers were built on in the first place. When a creator has strong visibility but no clear lane that keeps people returning, the buzz can fade fast, and that leaves the internet looking for the next angle to discuss. So now the focus shifts from the event itself to what happens after the spotlight starts moving. And once that happens, the conversation becomes less about one single appearance and more about whether the momentum was ever going to last.
Breakout Streamer of the Year went to Adapt, and congratulations, and we respect you for what you did. But Rakai should have won Breakout Streamer of the Year and DDG. I don't care what y'all say. Shout out Rakai, shout out. Blah, 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 blah.
Only Duracell. It's built different with power boost ingredients. That's why goats like Messi only run on Duracell. Power boost.
Don't let heartburn get in the way of the food you love. Get fast, powerful relief with Tums. Every game's better when you love food back.
This really could have been a chance for her to reposition herself. I remember before Streamer University, Zoe Spencer was talking online about how there were not many spaces for women to succeed without being tied to the guy. And I have mentioned that point on this channel before. India Love was in a unique spot here. She had the chance to separate herself from the crowd and step into a different lane that streaming had not really explored yet. But she did not fully make that move. She never really carved out her own identity, never built a lane that felt distinct, never fully used the moment to stand out or even inspire some of the younger women in the streamer space. To a lot of viewers, her streams left people unsure of what they were about to get, and that may have been true on an individual level. But in the moments where she kept doing the same thing, online discussions said it placed her in a certain box and people reacted to it that way. At the end of the day, though, it still felt like a missed opportunity because she never really separated herself from the existing fan base that was already there, and that audience was not exactly there for her alone. So then every time she had a moment, people would react, post their think pieces, and then move on just as quickly. The attention would spike, the conversation would get loud, and then it would fade right back out again. I could keep going with more examples from Streamer University, but once you line all of them up, Ray's point ends up being the part that really explains the whole thing, and that is really the part people keep coming back to because once a creator starts being talked about more for the reaction than the actual content, the whole conversation shifts. That is why so many viewers see Streamer University as more than just one event. For some of these, it became a test of whether they could turn attention into something lasting, or whether the spotlight would just expose how fragile the moment really was. And when the response online keeps circling back to the same questions, it usually means the audience is not just watching the stream, they are judging the direction. So the bigger issue was never only who showed up or who trended for a second. It was whether any of that attention could actually turn into a real lane, a real identity, and a reason for people to stay once the noise settled down.
If you got part two, how to tell you? We not getting in, bro. If they're streaming you part two, I'm telling you, bro. Whoever go back the first time, you're not going back this time, bro. How do I tell you, bro? It's over, bro. There's no way letting people from streaming you first go to a second. Like, there's no point.
Ray is basically saying here that Kai Cenat is not bringing the Stream University alumni back into the program because it was never meant to be a crutch. It was not designed to be a permanent support system. It was a launch pad, plain and simple, which means the event itself was always temporary at best. You are not supposed to be that one alumni who keeps lingering around the college campus, whether it is homecoming or long after homecoming, still trying to relive the old days in his varsity jacket that does not even fit anymore, acting like the local college bar is still your state. That is just awkward. What they were supposed to do after Stream University was take the clips, the moments, and the attention and start building something on their own. Because if a career only works when there is a Kai Cenat-backed event behind it, then really, that is not a career. That is dependency. It can end up creating another space for Kai Cenat to win, but not a lane where the creators can truly thrive on their own or even build something strong alongside other alumni.
I still think what he did last year holds weight today.
Really?
Yeah, Streamer University created how many, you know how much like further that pushed streaming University, and how many like careers spawned off of that?
Like, yeah, he could probably chill there for a minute.
Anyone throwing out criticism about what happened to the Streamer University creators or asking whether there were any real success stories is being pretty disingenuous in my view, and I think there are two reasons people do that. First, it can easily turn into a way to throw shade at Kai Cenat, because the internet will jump at any chance to do that anyway. But second, and honestly more importantly, just because something is not showing up on your timeline does not mean it never happened. I think a lot of people came into Streamer University with the wrong idea about what the event was actually supposed to be. Kai Cenat is powerful in this space, no doubt, but even Kai Cenat cannot make somebody fully famous on his own. That person still has to put in the work. They need the YouTube setup, the Discord community, the Twitter presence, the consistency, the creative ideas. They need to collaborate. They need to network. They need to do all of that. And for what it is worth, I do think Streamer University gave them a real starting point for that. The bigger question is whether they actually built on it afterward or not. And you could hear that energy in the two interviews too. Shouts out to Marcus and Kai. And that is where the conversation really gets interesting, because the online reaction was never just about one clip or one creator. It was about what people expected the whole setup to become and whether the audience was willing to give it enough time to grow. Once viewers start measuring everything by instant results, it becomes easy to miss the part where somebody is still in the middle of building. That is why the commentary around Streamer University kept splitting into two camps. Some people treated it like it had to produce an obvious breakout story right away, while others seem to understand that a starting point is not the same thing as a finished product. And when those two views collide online, the discussion usually turns into a test of patience, not just talent. So when people ask why certain creators are still being talked about, the answer is probably tied to that same tension. The event gave them visibility, but visibility alone does not do all the work. What happens after the attention is what really decides whether the moment fades or turns into something lasting. And that is the part the internet keeps circling back to. People who keep pushing this kind of harsh criticism about whether Streamer University was a success or not really need to step back and look at the streaming landscape as a whole. In the period after Streamer University, streaming kept growing into one of the biggest and most talked about forms of content in mainstream media. A lot of people, basically everybody and their mama, started making Twitch accounts, YouTube channels, TikTok pages, and trying their hand at streaming after watching that wave. And if some of them did not stay active, that was not necessarily because of Kai Cenat. At the same time, some of them did keep going. You just might not be seeing them because you are not looking them up. So when people act like the whole thing was a failure, it can honestly feel like they are just looking for another reason to throw shade at Kai. And as we wait to see what happens with the next round of Streamer University, I would say to the critics, do your due diligence. Take a real look at your own situation, and if you are upset that you were not part of it, ask yourself what you are actually doing to get invited to that kind of event. Most importantly, you still have to build some kind of foundation under that launch pad. You can get the biggest boost in the world, but if you are not ready to use it, then it can end up meaning very little, to be honest. And as Kai Cenat keeps posting one cryptic tweet after another, a lot of people are starting to think he is coming back even stronger, and that the next Streamer University could be even bigger than before. So if you are not prepared for that kind of challenge, becoming a content creator or streamer, someone who can stay consistent and actually grow in the space, then this probably is not the lane for you. And just complaining for the sake of complaining is not going to help anybody. If this conversation around Streamer University had you thinking, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and I will see you on the next one.
Bend the rules or break them, motherfuckers, to survive these days. Do not let people tell you that there's this correct way to live anymore. There's not. This economy has consistently shown us that it is going to continue to fail its citizens, because how the fuck is poverty and homelessness and starvation and all this shit not handled, and y'all got all these billions? This is a question that all of the greats keep on asking. So I want you to really take a look at your life, take a look at how you would handle things if you had life-changing money. Now, times that times 100, and that's how much money this world has continuously circulating. And instead of funding, helping the people, it wants to continue to buy other shit that's not even fleshly. It wants to help everything else but the people that's keeping this shit afloat. So as they disregard your life, you need to disregard morals. You need to disregard giving a fuck about these billionaire corporations. You need to disregard how these rich families don't give a fuck about you and don't give a fuck about them and break their rules. Bend them. If you don't want to go to jail, bend them a little bit. But if you completely don't give a fuck, say fuck the rules and create your own world. Fuck a status, fuck a high value man, fuck a high value woman, fuck quality, fuck all that, because all of this shit is a scam. You have to.
Some of you may not like this. Some of you may not even agree with this, but I love the fact that Donald J. Trump got elected into office. I love the fact that Donald Trump got into office and actually showed everybody exactly how America works, right? The rules never existed, really, right? See, here's the thing. What the elites did, what the political class did, is they told you to follow the rules. They told you to never break any rules. They told you, hey, you got to follow this. Hey, you got to take this pathway. Hey, you got to go to school. Hey, make sure you do this. They told you all of these things while they went the opposite way, right? And I love the fact that Donald Trump is exposing exactly how America always worked. America always worked as rules for thee and not for me. And some people are waking up to this, I guess you can say, unfortunate fact. I guess you can say that. But this is how the world actually works in the first place. And now more than ever, you're not going to be able to get ahead if you're still following the everyday Joe Smo course, right? You still have people, right? You still have people telling young people to follow these outdated rules. You still have people today still telling people to follow the quote unquote traditional path. Let me tell you something, guys. If you plan on following a traditional path, you might as well go ahead and dig yourself a ditch right now. You ain't gonna make it, right? If you plan on following the traditional 9-to-5 path and you're not already 20 plus years into your career, getting ready to retire, listen, you might as well go ahead and dig yourself a ditch because you ain't gonna make it. In 2026 and beyond, this is the time for the rule breakers, right? This is the time for the people who do not care about what the general population has to say about anything. This is the year that you should start following the unconventional path, because the conventional path is no bueno, right? It's over with, it's dead. And Trump is exposing just that. He's exposing it in every single move that he's making. Donald Trump, right? Like him or hate him or love him, I don't really care either way. But he is exposing how he can basically get away with anything as long as he's convinced the very people that has voted for him, right, that he's gonna make their life better and make everybody else's that they hate lives worse, right? Listen, it doesn't take much to convince the general population nowadays. It doesn't take much, right? Throw them a bone and, you know, they'll bury it for you. That's all it really takes nowadays. Because here's the thing, right? Over these decades, over these years, right? The media, the elites, social media has literally robbed people of their critical thinking skills. Not too many people are thinkers, right? And that's how I can conclude that the majority of people are not going to make it in the new world. The majority of people are going to have a hard time keeping up because a lot of people are going to continue to do the same old things that they've been doing the entire time. You have people who are still operating like it is 2001 and it's 2026. You still have people who are operating like it's 1996 when in fact it is 2026. You have people still operating like this. And those are the same people who are going to get wiped clean. And I made this video to let you guys know that it's time to break the rules, right? I'm not telling you to get out here and break no laws because your ass is grass and you will go to jail, just to let you know, right? So I am not telling you to break any laws. However, it is time to break the rules because as you can see, Donald Trump is literally laying out the groundwork, right? He is literally laying out the foundation to let you know exactly how the system works, right? See, Donald Trump is not completely stupid. If you're paying attention and if you're clearly watching, see, if you're a real observer, and you can see clearly what's going on, you can see clearly now the flames on fall. I had to throw that in there. But you can see clearly that Donald Trump is not going to be able to save anybody, right? He is not going to be able to save his base. He is not going to be able to save the people that voted for him. He's not going to be able to save them. And quite frankly, he doesn't give a flying F to save you mofos anyway. However, what he is doing is exposing the system for what it is, corrupt. He wants everybody to see the system for what it is. And he also wants you to see how he's taking advantage of that very system, right? See, Americans think that the game is fair, right? They think that somehow that they're going to get ahead by playing fair. First and foremost, America wasn't even formulated off of playing fair. So let's go ahead and foremost, America wasn't with playing fair. It was never playing fair.
I built a life. I built a family. I worked my hands raw to get here. And I'm not done. This is the escape blueprint. PFP life. A way out of the grind and into control. You'll learn how I stack cash, build systems, and reclaim time so you can live on your own terms. You will watch me maneuver and grind towards the life that I achieve for myself, and you can also do the same. Join the circle, join the Patreon, learn the steps, and protect your freedom. The Escape Blueprint, PFP Life.
Hi, I'm Ed from Leave It Save It Our Meat Department, where we haircut meat fresh every day.
America built this whole dynasty off of not playing fair. So listen, guys, you're not going to get anywhere playing fair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the guys and gals who want to play innocent. I'm sorry to the people, who want to be good to good people. But let me tell you something, right? Either you're going to get stepped on or you're going to do the stepping, right? Either you're going to be dodging bullets or you're going to be doing the shooting, right? Either you're going to be hunting or you're going to be the hunted, And unfortunately, this is how the world has always been. And to some extent, that's exactly what we're going back into. Even in a technological age, all the barriers are being removed, right? If you haven't heard this anywhere else, you're hearing it now. You're hearing it from me now, the after pill from TAP. You're hearing it from me. All guardrails are being removed, and they are purposefully being removed. And this is not just so that people can fail. Best believe this is for many people to fail and get cast aside. However, if you're paying attention and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're hunkering down, you're building up a cash position, right? You're paying attention to stocks, you're paying attention to crypto, you're paying attention to blockchain, right? You know a thing or two about tokenization, tokenized assets. You're paying attention to where the future is going. You will be in the best possible position, right? Including if you're changing countries and you're trying to leverage your position, you're trying to leverage your American passport, you're trying to leverage the USD that you get paid in. You're putting yourself into prime position, right? But most people are not doing that. Most people don't have anything in the stock market. Most people still don't understand crypto, let alone the world, right? Y'all do realize that there's many parts of the world that still doesn't have access to high-speed internet. Many parts of the world still doesn't have access to clean water. So when you think about it on that level, and you're separating yourself even in the first world context, you're separating yourself on a global stage, right? So one or two things are going to happen. Either you're going to take advantage of the guardrails being taken down, right? You put yourself in a prime position. You continue to maneuver. You continue to not go by the status quo. You continue to break the rules for yourself and make sure you get ahead. And what I mean by break the rules, I mean going against the status quo, right? The 9-to-5 conventional system, the public indoctrination camps, the universities, right? Going against that grain, right? That doesn't work anymore today. And they're showing you what the future is going to be like. They're already showing you that, hey, we plan on getting rid of most of these jobs. They're already showing you that, hey, you might want to start a business. They're already showing you that there's going to be a severe separation in classes. They're already showing you that, right? Many people are losing their homes. Many people are coming under foreclosures. And on top of that, people can't find jobs. But then on top of that, the jobs that people are finding don't pay them enough to survive. Listen, the writing is on the wall, right? You're not going to make it if you don't plan on breaking any rules. You have to break rules to survive, right? And that's what I plan on doing in the first place, right? I'm no longer going to stay in the United States of America. I'm going to leverage my position, right? It's getting harder and harder to leverage yourself in the United States of America. If you don't already have a significant cash position, and when I say significant, I'm talking about $100,000, $150,000 plus. If you don't have a significant cash position right now, you need to be looking for ways to leverage yourself, right? You need $100,000 cash. I'm not talking about emergency fund. I'm not talking about vacation money. I'm talking about something that is just put aside. It can be put aside in Bitcoin. It can be put aside in your favorite crypto, whatever, right? But you need $100,000 to $150,000 plus in a cash position in 2026 today, right? If you don't think so, you need to look at the CPI reports. You need to do your estimates on food, goods, and services. You need to do your estimates on how much car repairs cost. You need to do your estimates on how much rent and mortgages are today. You need to do your research on how much the average profitable assets are. You need to do some research because clearly you're not in the know of what's going on. And that $100,000 plus will save you from most situations. It'll save you from an emergency hospital visit. It'll save you from, it should cover most major surgeries, right? Assuming that you have insurance, so you got $100,000 plus put up. I hope you have insurance. That'll save you from most emergency situations. That'll save you from definitely all car situations, right? Even just going and picking a new car, if your car just so happened to break down, you should be able to get a new used car for around nowadays $30,000, $25,000 to $30,000. 45, 50,000 miles on it. That should save you from most situations. That $10,000 rule, that is completely gone nowadays, right? You need more than just $10,000, okay, people? You need way more than just $10,000 stacked away. $10,000 is not going to take you that far, okay? It probably used to back in 2001, maybe 2005. Oh, I got $10,000 stacked. I mean, that's cool for, I don't know, just, a F-off fund, I guess, right? A F-off fund, you just got a little extra change or something. But a true emergency, right? A true emergency, not really, not in my opinion. I believe people should be building true cash positions, right? You need to do whatever you got to do, right? Stop trading. I mean, hell, if you got to gamble, play the lottery. I mean, at this point, all gloves are off, right? At this point, all gloves are off. Everybody needs to be doing what they need to do to get ahead, right? I know somebody had put in the comment section somewhere, they said armed robbery as a business blueprint. Hey, man, I didn't say that, but listen, get it how you live, okay? Listen, I'm not vouching for criminality, but at this point, we're seeing a whole government being ran by criminals. I mean, it's getting kind of hard to hold criminals accountable when we have the worst criminals of them all running the world and running the government. And that's why I sit aside morality and all of that, because it's like, bro, listen, I'm not turning the other cheek when somebody swing at me. In fact, if somebody swing at me, you're probably going to get 2 to the chest, to be honest with you. I'm not playing fair, right? People say, oh, people don't fight no more. You damn right people don't fight no more. I don't trust what you about to do, right? You swing on me, oh, that's bodily harm. I'm in fear for my life. You about to get 2 to the chest, right? And that'll end that real quick. I don't give a damn about none of that. I'm not playing fair, and neither should you, right? You shouldn't play fair with your money. You shouldn't play fair with your life. You shouldn't play fair with any of this stuff because, man, somebody will be quick to bust your head open, right? And not even just in the physical, right? People will be quick to bust your head open financially, right? People will be quick to use you. The corporations are quick to fire you and replace you. This is not a fair game, ladies and gentlemen, right? This is a dog-eat-dog world. And if you're thinking that you're about to be a little chihuahua out here licking people, you think you about to be out here licking people and they just gonna pet you, they gonna kick your stupid ass, okay? I'd rather be a Rottweiler out here. I'd rather be a pit bull out here, right? Fuck all of that. I'm a wild animal, right? I'd rather be a wolf and a lion out here because I know exactly what's gonna get me ahead. And y'all gotta move viciously out here, right? Because the world is not gonna spare you. People are not gonna spare you. The government is not gonna spare you. So if you didn't take anything else from this video, you should take that you should move viciously with authority and like a predator. Because if not,
do you owe the IRS more than $10,000? I can help. Hi, I'm Lance Drury, and I want you to take action now to begin the process of solving your tax problems. There's an incredible backlog at the IRS, and it can take over a year for amended returns to be reviewed. The IRS is making more mistakes than ever. Do not take on your tax problems on your own. The Lance Drury Law Firm can help save you thousands of dollars. Take action and call 314-260-6120 or visit my website at lancedrurylaw.com.
Black Mana is ambition. Power at a price. Turning risk into resources. To win, you must move in the shadows, make the hard call, and sacrifice. Do what it takes, no matter the cost. That's Black.
The government gonna prey on you. If not, your job is gonna...
what's going on with the family. Hope everybody doing well and feeling well. Hey, check this out, man. Everything feels draining. I'm all out of energy, dog. I'm all out of energy. Everything feels draining right now. From family to working to driving, dealing with people, everything feels draining. I do not know why, dog. But it feel like I'm damn near out of energy to do anything nowadays. And it ain't even got nothing to do with motivation. It ain't got nothing to do with consistency or being motivated or inspired. That's not what I'm talking about. It just feels like everything is draining. You feel me? Like literally, dog, everything feels draining to the point to where sometimes all I want to do is just get rest, bro. Just get some rest. I don't be in the mood to do shit sometimes, dog. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I really don't. I don't know if it's the food. I don't know if it's the air. I don't know if it's the water. I don't know what it is, but lately, everything been feeling like it's just been draining on my energy. And I really think that, you know, you get to a point in life sometimes where you really just need to sit down and get some rest and stop doing a lot of moving around, because that shit'll catch up with you. When you always constantly on the go, you always constantly moving around. Cause see, me personally, I'm always on the road. I'm always driving. I'm always driving and stuff like that. And dog, I'm telling you, I'm at the point where everything feels draining. I don't want to talk on the phone with you past a certain amount of minutes. I don't want people just blowing up my phone. I don't even want to be around a lot of people like that, because people, it's energy vampires, man. And they very draining to talk to deal with, to listen to. People is very draining of your energy and of your time. Even driving, bro. If you on the road like me a lot, man, you get tired of driving. That shit becomes draining. And it feel like, bro, we on a constant repeat.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA.
Get 4.9% APR plus $2,000 purchase cash on GMC Sierra Heavy.
We on a constant repeat of doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. And most people never stop and say, you know what? Let me get some rest. Let me sit down. Let me, you know, let me go somewhere where I can kind of rejuvenate or regenerate the energy that I need to get back up tomorrow and go harder or go stronger. Everything seems draining, bro. You know? And I'm motivated as an individual to stay focused on my goals and my plans in life. So it ain't got nothing to do with motivation. It ain't got nothing to do with, you know, quitting or giving up or nothing like that. It's just everything seems tiring, draining. It's like I stated in a few videos ago, I believe I got to the point in life where spiritually I mastered this world. I really feel like that. I feel like spiritually I'm tapped out at this point. I feel like spiritually I mastered this plane. I mastered this realm, dog. And once you spiritually master something, or you spiritually master the world, man, shit gonna start feeling played out. A lot of things gonna start feeling draining, because now you're looking at the world from a more spiritual aspect. Therefore, it won't really allow you to go hard like you used to while enjoying the physical things. And I'm not saying you can't get no joy out of life as you become more spiritual. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, the more you become spiritual, the more you want to relax. The more you want to relax. The more you want to live out in nature and do the simple things. You don't want to be around a lot of people. You don't want to be around a lot of functions and events. You want to be out in nature doing the simple things the more you become spiritual. And I think that's where I'm at in life. You feel what I'm saying? And everything seems draining. You know, things I can tolerate 10 years ago, I can't tolerate those same things right now. The things I used to watch 10 years ago, I can't watch those same things right now. The people I used to follow and listen to 10 years ago, I can't follow them and watch them like I used to. It feel like they pulling at my energy. It literally feel like that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? There's no more Bible verses to read about. You feel what I'm saying? For people who mastered the Quran, there's no more Quran verses to read about. You get to a point in life where you tap out. You hit a certain ceiling. You hit a certain peak. And I'm not saying you can't get more knowledge. I'm not saying you can't elevate higher. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, man, you get to a certain level to where you want to just be at peace. You want to relax. I don't want to read the Bible every day. I did that already. I don't want to read the Quran every day. I'm past that point. I don't want to go to Egypt. I've been there already. I don't want to go see the tribes in Africa. I've done it already. You get to a point in life where you really want to be in tune with nature, and you want to stay away from people that's draining of your energy. You want to stay away from things that's draining of your energy. And I see why a lot of older people tends to live a more simple life. I see why a lot of older people tends to, not go out a lot.
What if employer-sponsored insurance didn't have to be group insurance? Group health plans often come with rising costs and plan options that don't fit everyone's needs. Now, a new form of employer coverage called an ICHRA can help. ICHRAs make costs predictable with stable pre-tax contributions, and they make plans personal because employees can buy any plan from any carrier. So plan on predictable, plan on personal, plan on an ICHRA. Get coverage you control.
Chevy drivers need a truck that shows up the same way they do. That's why Chevy Silverado is #1 in manufacturer loyalty, so they can go where others won't and always get it done. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
They don't really go out a whole lot. You feel me? They kind of learn how to be at peace in their own environment. You know, I study old people. And they really don't like dealing with a lot of people like that. And they really don't like going too far outside their environment or their comfort zone. And I see why. It's because also when you become more spiritual, when you get older, when you elevate, I don't like to use the word older, but I'm gonna say when you get wiser, when you get better, when you get more mature, it makes you wanna just operate in your little space and try to deal with as less people as possible. And everything feels draining at this point, dog. Standing in line, pumping your gas, going grocery shopping. Everything feels draining. And I'm a very energetic person. I'm very energetic. You know, I'm good with vitamins and nutrition. I got a good diet. I work out. I'm good with energy. But I still notice that I guess it's the times we in, dog. It's the times we in. Everything just feels draining. Like some days you don't even want to get out the bed. You don't even want to come up out the house. You don't even want to get out the house certain days. You just want to chill out at the house. Especially when you did everything when you was younger. See, I think that's one of the things about me personally. I did so much stuff when I was younger. Partied a lot. Traveled a lot. I did a lot when I was younger, so I'm at the point now where I'm just like, I don't want to be bothered like that. I don't want to be bothered like that, dog. I don't. And it's nothing personal. It's not, but it is personal, but it's nothing personal like far as me having a problem with somebody or an issue. It's nothing like of that nature. It's just that I understand that most people, places, and things is a waste of time. And it's not poured into you, it's taken from you. Most things you do in life is taken from you. It's either taking time away from you, it's taking energy away from you, or it's taking away from your resources. It's taking your resources away from you. And I'm at the point where I just don't be wanting to be bothered. Everything is draining. at this point for me in 2026. And it feel like the times we in is making it such.
One of our listeners is 23 and they feel like they're behind on their finances.
Hey, bro, we all been there.
They say they overdraft from time to
much more draining than it need to be because of the kind of shit we got to put up with and the kind of things we got to deal with and the kind of things we see on a day-to-day basis. And don't get me wrong, I still have things that I do to where I enjoy my life. It's not just all about boredom and, you know, I got things that I do that still bring me joy. But most of the things I used to do back then, or I can do 10 years ago, I can't do that shit no more. I'm gonna keep it real with you. And I guess that's one of the things to aging, or that's one of the things to getting better as you get stronger and as you climb up the ladder in life. You're not gonna wanna put up with as much stuff as you used to. Once you get in your late 20s, 30s, and up, you don't be wanting to be bothered like that. You don't be wanting to put up with a lot of stuff like you used to. So it do come with age as well. You feel? And yeah, man, everything feels draining, dog. Real talk. It really do. You know, even dealing with people and trying to see people act like they want to speak to you, but you know they really don't even want to speak to you. You being around somebody who really can't even stand your race, or who really can't even stand the way you dress. Man, shit is draining out here, dog. Even the social media, man, is like, I think social media plays a big role in this shit. I do. I think social media and the internet plays a real big role in everything feeling like it's just draining. Because it's so much information like never before. And that can be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not here to discuss whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, but too much of anything is not good for you. Too much of anything is not good for you. Too much information can do you a disservice or cause you issues in the long run. And I think the internet and social media, it's cool that you got everything to your disposal and you can tap into a lot of different algorithms and topics and subjects. But also the thing that comes with social media is you got to constantly put up with the opinions of other people. You got to constantly put up with the attitudes of other people. You got to hear everybody's perspective of what they feel. So it's definitely important to detox from social media. I'm an advocate of detoxing from social media. Even if you use social media, Don't let that shit use you. You do what you gotta do on there and get the hell off. And learn how to detox from it and learn how to take a break from this shit sometimes. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, dog, everything feels draining, dog. Like, I'm out of energy at this point. I'm out of energy, dog. Like,
contract data is buried in inboxes, shared drives, disconnected systems.
Chosen ones are always under the microscope. Chosen ones are always under the microscope. What's going on, fam? It's your big bro Trend. I'm in a different little setting right now. I'm in front of this place called Tops Daily out here in Thailand. Y'all, I think we got Tops back in America. I'm not sure, but this the store right here, bro. Everything cheap, but it's like the corner store, like the little corner store in the hood we used to have. And it's crazy because the prices in here, out here in Thailand, it's just like the prices we used to pay when we stayed like in the hood when I was a kid, or AKA low affordable housing, corner markets, right? And we used to go in the stores and get like, y'all remember, we used to go in the stores and get like packs of chips, Debbie cakes for like 25 cents, 50 cents. It's the same thing out here in Thailand. So, we know, like it used to be a lot of people hanging around the stores growing up, like a lot of drug dealers, a lot of crackheads, and just regular people hanging around the store because you could easily go into the store at any time and get something because it was super cheap. Shouts out to everybody that's from that type of environment, man. Comment below if you remember what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm sitting out in front of it because it's reminding me of my old childhood days, going to the corner store. But anyway, y'all, I just want to let y'all know we are on the water fast, okay? We doing a water fast until I say stop, okay? We're going to drink so much damn water. We're going to open up the floodgates of heaven. We're going to drink so much water, we're going to get sick off this water, okay? Until I say stop, all right? Now, what that means is, I'm going to get into the video, Chosen Ones Under the Microscope, but what that means is, folks, go buy you some water after you see this video. Go get you a pack of water after you see this video. If you can't get a pack, get a bottle. And just keep getting bottles and drinking it and drinking it and drinking it. It's going to detox our body. It's going to make us feel 10 times more healthier, more wealthier. We're going to just be feeling good. Our skin going to get better, everything, because water is power, okay? So we on the water fast, y'all, until I say stop. I'm doing it too. That don't mean you can't drink other shit. I'm just saying, put water above everything and drink a lot of it every single day, as much as you can. Let's get down into this video. Chosen ones under the microscope. If you're a chosen one, you already know what I'm talking about, man. It don't matter where we go, what we do. You can come to the edge of the earth. You can hide up under a rock. A bird is gonna find your ass. And then gonna go get the other birds to come back and ask you to give them some bread. It don't matter where you go. As a chosen one, you always under the microscope. If you walking outside, everybody looking at you. I don't care how quiet it is. I don't care if it appears like it's nighttime, ain't nobody looking out the window. Oh, somebody looking at you. Somebody looking at you. As chosen ones, people spying on us. We got people spying on us. You got people spying on you. You got people waiting on you to come out the house. You got people calculating you. You got people keeping tabs on you. You are him. You are it. You are her. You always gonna be on the microscope, so you gotta move accordingly. You can't get away from it. It is what it is. This is who you are, right? You are light of the world. You are a child of the Most High. We cannot not be seen. Okay? Ladies, you can try to dumb down your outfits all you want, put your pajamas on and your shower caps and all that. If you walk in the store, they gonna be on you still, boo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can put on less makeup and don't get dressed up and don't get your hair done, it don't matter. They still gonna be on you, boo. I'm sorry. They still gonna be on you. So, yeah, chosen ones is always under the microscope. It ain't nothing new. And
This is Buick now. Buick, exceptional by design. Get 0.9% APR, plus current eligible non-GM owners get up to $2,250 purchase allowance on Encore GX.
the thing is, you gotta get used to this. You gotta get adapted to this. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't used to it already, you're gonna get used to it real quickly. You know what I mean? Y'all always know I be saying how the little kids and stuff be always being around us and stuff like that. The kids gonna come up to you and try to put you on blast in front of their own damn mama. Little kids are gonna love you and come and give you thanks and like you take care of it. You know what I'm saying? It's because you're a chosen one. It ain't nothing new. It's just something that is what it is. Just nothing new under the sun, but that's something that's just gonna happen. You know, everybody gonna be nitpicking at what you do and how you do it and what you say and what you write and what you wear and how you look and did you brush your teeth and how big your lips is today and versus how big they become tomorrow. Everybody gonna notice your wounds. If you got a scratch on your arm, people gonna notice that. If your skin turn pale, if your skin turn green, people gonna notice that. If your hair, you ain't got your hair done, ladies, your friends gonna always point that out. You ain't get your hair done, guy. I know that. I know I ain't get my hair today, dumbass. Shit, I just got it done 2 weeks ago. But see, everybody always do this on the chosen one because they always trying to find something wrong on you. I'm trying to tell you this is how they do it. It ain't about giving you the respect or nothing. They respect you deep down inside, but they don't want to know that they respecting you, like, and they not getting that same type of recognition. See, you a chosen one, you on the microscope. You get recognition and respect even when you don't have to try. You know, you don't even got to be popular as a chosen one. It's just going to naturally be a part of your whole being, your whole well-being. You can post one video and don't get no likes if you're a chosen one, but everybody's seen it, though. See what I'm saying? But they don't want to give you the recognition. They don't want to give you the respect or nothing like that because you him. But you always under the microscope where you think you are not, you know. Your family know it. Your friends know it. And that's why people treat you the way they treat you. They try to downplay you. They try to treat you with disrespect. You know, non-respect. They try to neglect you. Try to leave you hanging like you ain't want to come and shit. Like, I want to come. But, oh, you didn't ask us. Motherfucker, you just asked everybody else if they want to come. I didn't hear you say nothing. You need to talk louder. Man, shut the fuck up, man. You just don't like me, nigga. You ever had somebody do that to you? Oh, I didn't know you said that. Motherfucker, you was sitting right here in front of me when I said the shit. I'm telling you, there's some bot NPCs out here like that. They'll try to play with your intelligence, chosen one. You know what I'm saying? Man, I had this one dude. I had this one Decepticon, right? Back in the day. I helped him and his girlfriend out. Right? If something happened, I'm not gonna tell y'all too much about the situation, but his girlfriend and him was in a bad situation. Now, you know me being a chosen one, us being chosen one, we can't help but to help people if we see them in a bad situation. We can't help it. It's just in our nature to be nice and to try to help people if they in a bad situation. Like, we feel for them. We got a heart for them. You know, we crazy as hell, but we got a heart for people, though, to the point it'll drive us crazy. You feel me? And so, I helped him and his girlfriend out financially. Y'all already know it's about some damn money. It ain't like they were coming to me to get some advice or some shit like that. They don't want to pay you for advice, but they just want free money. You know what I'm saying? But I gave him some money, and everything was kosher. He went about his way. When you feed the damn duck the damn bread, they fly in the damn water and keep swimming again like you ain't never help them out. And you just fed their whole family. Bird take the damn bread back to the nest. He don't even know you no more. He don't even come back and give you a tip. Shit, you'll never see the bird no more in your life. Dogs too. Those dog bone, you can get the bone. You'll never see that poor dog again. Same thing with people when it come down to the chosen one. Good God Almighty, she thicker than about them snigger ball. Man, these Thailand girls be walking around here in pajamas, y'all. Like it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 4 o'clock all day, bro. They be walking around in bed clothes. You know what that mean? That's all they do. Sleep, wake up at nighttime, sleep, wake up, nighttime, sleep. And they be having on, sorry to get off topic, they be having on, they wear a lot of flip-flops. They wear a lot of Crocs, open-toe shoes. A lot of them don't wear no heels. They don't get fresh, fly, nothing like that, like the girls in the States. They put on comfortable shit. You know what I mean? I'm going to show y'all in a minute, but I ain't going to show y'all. But they be wearing comfortable clothes like pajamas and little small booty shorts and little tank tops and stuff. Like, just, they comfortable, they loose. Man, they be so, man, I ain't even gonna talk too much. I know the girls watching. Probably little girl kids, all right? Close your ears, kids. But anyway, back to the topic. Dude ran off with the plug, but he came back. Him and his girl, they came back. My homie told me, and somebody sent me a message. They came back, and they a year later, they came back and was like, Twin, did you ever give us that money? We need to get that money that you said you was gonna give us. I'm like, that's the most bot NPC Decepticon shit I done heard in a long ass time. People acting like you ain't helped them. See, that's the chosen one. How the hell you gonna act like I ain't gonna help you and gonna pretend like I never fucking helped you? But I did.
Chevy drivers need a truck that shows up the same way they do. That's why Chevy Silverado is #1 in manufacturer loyalty, so they can go where others won't.
Damn bots. Cut me off. Damn bots. It just shows you how deceptive people is out here, man. They deceptive, bro. You can't trust nobody if you're a chosen one. Everybody gonna try to bamboozle you. Everybody gonna try to use you, bro, for your good blessings. Everybody gonna try to make you feel like you ain't helped them. Everybody gonna try to make you feel like you didn't get them enough. People gonna lie on you. They gonna tell other people, nah, he did this to me, she did that to me, she did this and she did that. They gonna lie like hell when they know you ain't even really the bad one. You're not even a villain. It's chosen one shit. But see, that's why we got God to protect us. Because God know what they be doing. God know what they be doing. That's why we chosen. Because we gotta have the support and the assistance of divine power. We gotta have the support of the Most High. Because God already knew how they was gonna act when He brought us into this world. He knew they was gonna try to cross the line on us, and He knew they was gonna switch up and try to, make us look like, paint us out to be bad people. But that's why He always step in and He intervene. And people that try to do us dirty, He put them right back down again. He put His hand out, and He put their ass right back down again. I'm telling you, this is why you don't play with the chosen one. You don't play with us. Somebody comment below and say, don't play with us. You don't play with us. We are not to be tampered with, bro. That's why we under the microscope. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that harbor these negative, evil spirits, bro, they spirit be watching us through their body like. And you be wondering why people be looking so shocked and so dazed and shit when you get close to them. Nigga, that's that spirit coming out of them that's looking at you. That ain't that person. The person was the person before you showed up. They was being controlled. Yeah. as soon as you show up, chosen one, that spirit cut the body off and start noticing. Don't send me into the lake of fire. Please, don't send me into the lake of fire. Please, I just in this body temporarily. I was gonna get out of it. Please, chosen one. But you be like, nah, I don't even want to mess with you. And then the spirit go right back into the person controlling it. You be like, what the hell is wrong with these people out here, these damn Decepticons? Get me out of here. These people is robotical. Goddamn robots. But yeah, when you the chosen man, you under the microscope, man, you always got to be on point. You always got to be on cue. You always being surveyed, because we live in the spiritual world, spiritual warfare. It ain't really what you see with your own 2 eyes. It ain't all physical. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't a real person. You know what I'm saying? Some people is Decepticons. You know what I'm saying? So it be awkward, you know, when you come around, because they already know who you is deep down inside their soul. So, you know, you can't really, you know what I'm saying? You can't really kick it like everybody. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta always be living, and you just gotta always be living and chilling, like, man, I know y'all watching me shit. You know, you just gotta move like, you gotta have body movements and behavior like you know somebody watching you, so you gotta be on point on your shit all the time, just like, man, I don't know if y'all do this, but sometimes when you be in your own crib, you be feeling like somebody watching in your own crib, don't you? You be in your own house, you just feel like you being watched in your own damn house, huh? I remember my mama was tripping like that one time. My mama, she was going through a little, I think like awakening phase in her life, right? And she called me one day. She was like, Trin, somebody's in my house. I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? So, you know, that's my mama. I went to go check. I went over there. She talked about, can you look up in the basement and see if anybody in the basement? I'm like, Ma, it's probably a squirrel or something up there. You know what I'm saying? You probably got rats, Mom. So I'm walking through the little basement. Her basement ain't but this big. At the time, that's when she had her crib. Her basement wasn't but this big, like the size of a doghouse. I just stuck my head in there and looked around. I say, Ma,
Out here, not every exit's worth it, but this one is. Pull over for some juicy chicken tenders, seasoned potato wedges, and an ice cold Dr. Pepper, all for just $8. Pilot and Flying J, be out here.
No, I think he's gonna do it. This might be a good moment to share. Come on, you seeing this?
Hey, baby, I'm here.
When you can.
One KFC Supergirl Ultimate Meal.
Instructions say leave on ledge?
understand the red cards.
Think of cards in football as the opposite to your Sapphire Reserve card. They penalise, this rewards. Like how you just earned 3 times the points on dining.
Thank you.
In the next 5 seconds, you'll see an idea go from sketch to clay to shape, and become a website. Acting on your curiosity feels like a way to bend reality. Wix Harmony works the same way. You just describe an idea to Aria, Wix
list on apartments.com, renters will start coming out of the woodwork.
Wow.
I can see them.
these Hilton Honor suites. I could stay for free.
At the Waldorf Astoria in the Maldives. What about the Canopy in Paris?
When you want points that can take you anywhere, anytime, it matters.
Sometimes I just want what I want right now, you know? Well,
Nature's miracle. Permanently eliminate tough odors and stains at the source.
Dive into Visible. It's unlimited 5G data for just $25 a month. Powered.
Solo battle.
Deuces, Sweats.